All right, and welcome back to another episode of Fangirl Talk. I'm Jordan, and today we're going to talk about things that are near and dear to our heart. And I'm also here with
Donna
and
Torrie.
Donna, Torrie, and Jordan. So, in the holiday festiveness, we are going to talk about ships for no reason.
Yay!
Yay! Merry SHIPMAS.
So happy.
Yeah, Merry SHIPMAS, everyone.
Everyone.
Right. So today's episode, we're going to talk about ships. And do you guys want to start on a certain ship, or do you want to talk about ships in general, like what types of ships there are?
You wanted to start with types?
We could start with types. All right. Now, I am very, very sad if you don't know what a ship is, but a ship is essentially when a person loves two characters very, very, very much, and they just want them to kiss. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. So, I don't honestly think there's a certain number of types of ships. Do you, Donna or Torrie? Like, I don't honestly think it's like there's 4 types of ships. I think it's a lot more than that.
It's complicated, actually.
You've got your hate ship, you have a crack ship.
You have your AU ships. AU ships are like
your canon
ships.
OTPs.
Your OTP, your
You're
cannons,
not canon. You're fanon.
fanon.
Yeah.
Fanon.
You got the in real life, which we will talk about, and then you've got like Donna said, your crack ships, your no TPs, your pretty much there's a spectrum of ships. But let's just start with the basics. Let's start with the OTP. That way we could just get that out of the way. So what's your guys' OTP? Your one true pair?
You go first. Donna goes first.
Like in canon or
like, just any ship. Like, what's your OTP?
Let's start with OTP. Let's not subgenre it too quickly.
Okay.
Like my OTP with my AU and the fanon, but in real life. Like, no, let's not do that. Let's just keep it simple.
What is
just
it?
My favorite OTP.
Like, what's your favorite OTP that you like? What is your OTP?
Y'all know what it is.
Just some people may not know.
Our 5 fans want to know, Donna.
Our 5 fans.
Our 5 fans want to know, Donna.
They deserve to know, Donna.
The 5 friends who actually listen to those.
And we love you all. We love you all.
Okay, under specific circumstances.
Yes, that's specific. Wow.
Besides my OC and canon ships,
Girl, OC.
My favorites. I don't know if there's an official name for it.
There's not. If it's that one, I don't think there is like a name, but it is a ship.
Yeah, it's a ship.
I just haven't seen a lot of like ship names for it. That makes sense to say.
Okay.
Elle and Naomi.
Oh my god,
Elle
and
Naomi.
Like Death Note.
It makes sense in certain situations, okay?
There is no judgment. Okay, let's start with that. There is no judgment in...
No ship shaming.
There's no ship shaming.
Okay.
We all have that one ship that's like, okay, hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah, everyone
you
has
gotta
that
understand.
like, just hear me out before you start ship shaming me. It's like everyone has that one ship where it's like...
There is no shame in this Fangirl dojo. There's no shame. I mean, there's tons of self-shame, but there's no actual other shaming.
Yeah. Do I have to talk about this? Or
I mean...
You have to talk about it, or can you just mention it?
Well, you could reference it, and then explain, just in case nobody knows who they are, just say who it's from, and...
That ship is mostly like an AU ship for me, because obviously it's nowhere near happening in canon.
Well, you don't know that,
Like, you can kind of see it working.
Yeah, like, it could work in canon, but it doesn't.
It just doesn't happen.
Of what Light did.
Yeah.
It's Light's fault that it's not canon. This is why I hate Light. It's his fault.
His fault.
Everything is Light's fault.
We can forgive him for everything else, but
he ruined the ship.
he ruined that one.
Damn it, Light.
OTP. He ruined your OTP.
You ruined everything.
He ruins everything.
He ruined my life.
Why is your ship not canon? It's Light's fault. Even if he's not even in that show, it's his fault.
Yeah, because like
It's always his fault.
Who knows what could have happened if she had actually gotten to headquarters and.
So much stuff could have happened. Someone write an AU story, please.
I will.
Somebody.
For me, it's like if you don't do it, I will.
Okay, what are y'all's OTPs?
Yeah, Jordan, what's yours? Even though you said yeah.
My OTP, I have a lot of them, but I would have to say the OTP of OTPs, my one, is Destiel. So, Castiel and Dean Winchester from Supernatural.
Literally cute, though. That's a cute one. That's a cute one.
Okay. And for those of you who, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't, but you might not. It's not officially a canon ship, no matter how much I want it to be. It's not. But it's referenced enough times in the show that it's not absolutely insane. Like, it could happen. If the writers had the balls to do it, it could happen. But they're not going to do it.
It could and should happen.
It could and should.
Should.
But it's not. I'm fully aware. They won't. Damn it. God damn it.
Damn it. God damn it. Damn it.
Are you making fun of Light?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Damn it. Damn it like so many times. I swear.
All right. And that leaves Torrie. What is your OTP?
Well, I have OTPs to the max, but the one true, like, my actual OTP, and this is, like, probably not gonna make sense to a lot of people, because, like, some people are like, why? And I'm like, I don't know, okay, it's just my OTP, okay? I absolutely, like, when it comes to TVs or shows or something, I love Malik, which is the shipping of Alexander and Magnus from Shadowhunters. And they actually get together in the show, and that's like my favorite ship because not only did the ship come true, but I was shipping it before they got together, and when they got together, I like fangirl screeched. I was like so happy.
Nice.
So it is the ship that's canon because they got together, and I was so happy. I was like dying on the inside when I saw that happen. I was like, the writers actually had the balls to be like, okay, everyone ships this, so just do it. And I was like so happy when they did it. And I was like, they're a couple, and it made me happy. But a lot of people are like, but why would you do that? And I'm like, it's just, they're so cute together. And even if they were never a canon ship, I would still ship them because they're so cute together. They're so compatible. They're always there for each other. And they saved each other's lives multiple times. So I'm just like, that's like my favorite ship ever. For that.
That's actually cute. And good for you that your ship got canon.
Yeah.
And I are not going to have that. Good for you.
Like, I love how, like, my ship will never, ever be canon, ever. And hers, Jordan's is probably, it's like on the...
It might
like,
be canon.
maybe.
It's on the canon.
Yeah, hers is a maybe, and yours is 100%.
Mine is 100% dankest canon, and I'm like so happy. Because I thought they weren't going to make it canon, and then they made it canon, and I was like, yes! Like, literally the first time I saw them get together, I, like, fangirl screeched. And, like, you know that screech. It was, like, sound barrier broke.
We all know that screech. Yep.
I'm pretty sure, like, if you guys saw yours become canon, you would fangirl screech. Like,
hell
that.
Yes. Like Donna
100%
and I, we live in different states, but, like, the night, if Destiel ever became canon, she would know. She would instantaneously know.
I
She would
know.
hear me. Like,
She would definitely know because I would Screech too if it became canon. Because Destiel's cute. Literally.
I fangirl Screech when I read fics, so there's that.
Never mind. So I have a few OTPs and a few ships. Torrie apparently has a lot, quite a bit.
I can't
Donna,
stop.
Donna, do you have any more than Elle or Naomi? Or is it just kind of lighthearted, like, yeah, that'd be fine, but I'm not, like, obsessed with it?
I don't know.
Obsessed.
Like, there are a lot of shows I watch, but most of the things that I watch don't have really good couples.
Oh, yeah?
Right.
So it's like, or I just don't go to those shows
To ship.
That's
It's not like your shipping ground.
True.
Yeah, like Once Upon a Time was a definite ship show for me.
For you.
For me.
For you. That's
But-
you. I only shipped one thing and then like it became way too abusive, so I was like, can I leave?
Yeah, and like I
Like,
look back at some of those pairings and I'm like, maybe this was not a good
This
idea.
was not a good idea. I regretted this decision.
But I was like a Captain Swan shipper.
Oh.
I was a big Rumbell shipper too.
I was, but like I left Romeo because of the abuse.
I was like,
It became
God.
way too much for me. I was like, no, I
Like
can't.
it started to get really good several times, but then they would take away Rumpel's character development and turn him into a complete asshole all over again. It's like, come on.
I'm like, I can't deal with this.
Ugh.
Not if he's gonna be a douche.
Yeah.
Not if he's a douchebag. No.
But they had some cute couples in there every now and then.
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
really pay attention as much, but I was like, okay, I'll go with this. But yeah.
What about like the people that ship video game characters?
I don't know anyone who ships video game characters. Are there, like, the actual video game, or is it like they're like, I ship this one person from this one video game to another person?
Like, there's people that do that. That's like crossovers.
Right.
But there's other people that ship people within games, like either video games or just games in general. Like, because I know I have some ships from games because I play lots of games because I'm a game weeb, I guess. I don't know. I think it's fun to play games, and I'm like, I'll see two people and I'm like, oh, they would be cute together. But I usually don't ship people because I think they would, like, be good in bed together. It's usually because I think they would just be cute, like, as a couple. Like, I'm not one of those shippers that just ships people because of that reason. Like, for that reason, I'm like,
you
no.
ship. So do you ship as like, oh, those two look cute together?
I'm like, yeah, they should date. I'm not like, they should show them having a good time together. Like, that's not why I ship people.
They should smut it up. That'd be great. I tend to ship on chemistry. Like, if the two, and I mean, granted, this is more on the actors and the actual characters themselves, but I ship on chemistry. If the characters are really good together and they act off of each other, I prefer that.
Yeah.
I mean, if they want to smut it up, I don't give a shit.
Smut. I mean, smut doesn't bother me, but that's not the reason I ship people. Like,
right. I'm not like, oh wow, they would look amazing all like Kama Sutra together. No, like I just prefer chemistry, and I think
that's funny.
if they act well together, then great. That's because I think that's the common theme I have in most of my ships, if not all of them. Like, the two people who portrayed those characters were really had great chemistry with each other.
Y'all need to keep this rated PG.
I can't.
PG.
There are people that do that for that reason, though.
You are not getting that from me. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Expose them. Expose the shippers. Exposed. What's like your second OTP, Jordan?
I've got two that are kind of tied. I have my old school one, which is Buffy by Spike and Buffy from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And then also Doctor Who, I have the 10th Doctor and Rose Tyler, Tenrose, which a lot of people are not happy with that ship. So I don't bring that one up as much as most people. Because a lot of people don't like Rose Tyler as a character, and a lot of people don't like the 10th Doctor. So you combine those two, and it's like, oh, I hate both of these people. Why do you ship them? Like, oh, sorry. It's funny you should ask. I can't help it. David Tennant and Billie Piper have really great chemistry. Blame the actors.
The actors are at fault.
Damn you, actors.
How dare you do your job really well?
How dare you act well on a kid's show?
Why?
So, is there any other OTPs you guys want to talk about, or do you want to go to like the next phase of shipping?
We could probably just go to the next topic.
Okay.
Fine.
So, on the other scale, what are ships that you guys absolutely despise? This is probably going to be the longest part of the podcast.
Oh my
What's that ship that even gets mentioned, and you're like, oh my god!
Like, no.
We all know.
No.
We all know exactly what you're talking about.
Should we say it on 1, 2, 3?
L and light.
No,
not the line.
I was gonna say law light.
Law light does not need to be a thing, okay?
And she's like, oh, like law.
Nobody needs this in life, okay? Stop shit.
Oh my god.
L and light. They don't belong together. It doesn't need to happen.
Me personally, when Donna introduced me into Death Note, I didn't really ship anybody on that show. But when I found out that people shipped those two together, I was like, no. What are you talking about? No.
Yeah.
Literally anybody except those two.
Anyone else except those two? Like, this opens a lot of ground for other ships.
The Death Note fandom is weird. Like, they will ship any character with any other character. And I'm like, this is the last show I would go to for ships, because everyone's just trying to kill each other. Why are you doing
I'm like, it's not much of a ship ground except for 2 ships that are okay, and the rest of the ships is kind of like either crack ships or ships that just don't need to be allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's
The crack ships, it's like, it's okay if it's a crack ship, but that ship is not allowed. It should not set sail.
And it seems like it should. And it seems like with every version that comes out, they kind of pander to those shippers. Even more, and it's like, stop.
They try so hard to be like, oh, you ship this? Here's some ship evidence. Just that didn't exist before.
Yeah, like, here you guys go.
No.
Wink. Yeah, it's like the anime, it was fine. And then the movies, there was a little bit, but not so much.
Barely
The
all.
musical had the tennis song, which, holy...
Tennis song!
Which, okay, don't get me wrong, I thought it was hilarious. But Jesus! What?
The tennis song! It seemed like they were trying to go out on a date or have kids or something.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's not the actual translation, but like...
And I love how
they translated it. It was so weird.
I love how it just like stops right after that too. It's like, okay, no interest in you after this at all.
Yeah.
No
it's like,
interest.
we got that off our chest, I guess.
Yeah, like somebody,
you guys were kids, and now you're like, okay, bye. It's like, what?
Yeah, and those aren't the original English lyrics either.
They're not even
like not even close. It's like,
yeah, somebody like
shipped it.
Somebody tipped the like English subtitler, like, here's $200. Make it fangirly. Do it.
Make
Ship them
it
hard.
No.
I give you $200. Just give me one song. Just one. Fine.
We aren't even going to talk about the drama.
Oh God, no.
Okay.
That has so much fan service in it.
The drama is a ship ground fan service for people that are depressed about the anime. That's where the depressed people go to ship.
I've seen like
everyone ships L or light with everyone in the drama, and I'm like, what is happening?
they like try to
because L looks cuter than everyone else, and I'm just like, what is going on?
It looks like they're trying to like make everyone look like they want to make out with Light. And it's like,
Yeah. And like that one dude was like talking about going on a date with Sorichiro.
not really.
What is happening?
We'll go out together.
And I was like on a date? You want to go on a date? Like that's what I thought was going on.
Yeah,
but it wasn't because I was shipping it. I was just like on a date. You want to go on a date? What's happening? I was like making fun of it, but I wasn't actually like, ooh, this is a ship. No, I was like, if this is a ship, I need people to leave. People need to leave.
Seriously, like I have seen the biggest reaches from the fandom of reasons why they ship it, and there's oh my god,
that is reaching so far.
They reach so hard.
Or
people are like, I've seen people say things like, "Oh, we don't ship it because of love," and I'm like, "Well, why are you shipping it then?"
I'm like, you don't ship it because of love, then what is this ship about? Like
they're not romantically interested in anybody at all, but they ship it anyway, and it's like, what? Doesn't that kind of contradict?
That contradicts so much. If you're like, oh, it's not for romance, then why are you shipping it? What is this ship then? If you're not saying
it's because they understand each other and can guess what the other is thinking.
That doesn't mean anything.
And I'm like,
that doesn't mean anything.
That's Elle's job to get into people's minds.
Yeah, it's Elle's job to do that.
And yeah, they are kind of similar, but they're also very different too.
Extremely different.
So
they're different boys. They're not the same person. Because I see people trying to say it's like, oh, they're the same. It's like they're not.
They're really
not.
Like
public service announcement. You don't have to ship every person. You don't have to be like, oh, this character, I like them. Who can I get them with? You don't have to. You really don't.
It's not needed. You don't need to. It's not like a need.
I've also seen some really weird things that people have done and said regarding that ship. Like,
wow.
One thing that bothers me is the age difference.
Well,
honestly,
there's not much of an age difference.
Okay. When the show starts, Light is 17.
Oh.
He's 17. Okay. And I think I'm gonna have to research the dates again. But people have like made fun of the fact that Elle put so many cameras in Light's room because he had a crush on him, and it's like, he's probably still 17 here. Because he's 18 when he goes to college.
True.
But like that, and how old is Elle?
He's 24.
Why is he like stalking this teenager?
And he's only doing this because he suspects him. It has nothing to do with him liking him.
Right. It's as if they forget Light's under investigation for murder. Like, ooh, clearly has a crush on him. No, clearly.
Out the window in that ship.
Light's a serial killer.
Yeah.
It's like people weren't paying attention and they were just like, oh, they look cute together or something, and it's like, chip. It's like, that's maybe fine. But it's probably like most of the shippers just think they look cute, and they don't though.
I just don't like shipping Light with anyone at all because of what he does to people he quote-unquote dates.
Like, if I had to, I'd probably just ship him with Misa because they were together, kind of.
I don't ship that either. I think they're...
I don't ship it, but if I had to put Light with someone, I would just put him with Misa since they wind up together somehow.
They're both jerks.
They're both jerks.
I'd put him with the Death Note.
He cares more about that book than he does about people.
He loves himself more than anything.
He loves himself. Like, Light's greatest love in life is his own goddamn self.
Yeah, it's true.
Light loves himself.
But I just have issues with pairing my favorite character with the person who plotted his death. But that's just me. I have problems with that.
That's just me. That's everyone, girl. That is, like, me.
Like, okay, I get that it's kind of fun when they sass each other and all that stuff, but even still, I don't see it. Can I also say that people like to ship those two, like, when Light lost his memories between that time?
Oh.
They're kind of getting along at one point.
That's still not valid.
No, because, like, I have huge problems with this, and everybody's like, oh, Light's such a cinnamon roll here, he's such a good boy, and I'm like...
You realize he wants attention, right?
Still a violent asshole.
Yeah, and he's still conceited, and he's still thinks he's smarter than everybody.
Like
Like, even before he got the Death Note, he was a conceited, selfish asshole. So, but yeah, sure, let him be with the greatest detective. Sure. Whatever.
Oh, another ship I don't like from there is Misa and Rem. Like, what is up with that? Like, why are people shipping Misa with Rem?
I think the people
understand.
the people behind the musical shipped it.
The people behind the musical definitely shipped it because Rem was like, this
yes.
is my girlfriend. She was all over Misa.
Let me just sing to her feet.
She was down to her feet. She was holding her. She was clingy as hell.
Like, jeez, back off, girl.
I'm like, you got a crush there, Rem?
It's creepy.
She had like a girl crush on Misa. And I'm like, Rem has a crush, jeez.
Like, my goodness. Like, in the manga, they say it's like motherly love or something.
Like, it looks like motherly love in the anime, but in the musical, it was like, this is my senpai
this
love.
is my darling.
It was like, senpai was Misa, and she was Yandere. Like, I swear. That's the situation that was happening. Jordan, what about you? Any other ships you hate?
Wincest. I hate Wincest. I'm not a fan of it. Wincest, for those of you who don't know, Lucky, is the shipping of Dean and Sam Winchester. They're brothers. That's disgusting. Fuck you for anybody who came up with that.
Torrie facepalmed.
I was like, I literally was like, once I realized what you were trying to say, I was like, shit.
I mean, okay, I don't want to be that person who's like, that's disgusting, how dare you, what the... But I mean, like, that ship just has so many issues for me because it's about abuse of two brothers, because, I mean, incest is abuse. It would suggest pedophilia since they're 4 years apart from each other. And they would have, Sam, the younger brother, would have been underage when it started. It would have suggested abuse from the father. And the show has vehemently shut down that ship. They keep saying, they're brothers. You know that, right? And it's, I just feel just squirmy talking about it. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, like...
I mean, incest in general isn't okay, but Wincest is like, stop.
Yes.
It's literally.
And I'm sorry if anybody who's listening to this really does legitimately ship them. You have your reasons. I'm not going to judge you for it. It's just me personally. There's way too much built into it that just makes you feel disgusting. And I'm not interested in shipping two fictional characters who happen to be related to each other. I'm not interested in that. Ugh.
Yeah, that's definitely a no. Like,
that is a hard no.
Like, if characters are related, I'm like, nope.
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 I remember one time I accidentally shipped related characters because I didn't know they were related, and I didn't know because they didn't like reveal they were related yet, but I shipped it so hard. And then later on in the show, like in the second season or something, it was like, oh, they're related. I was like, whoa, abandoned ship. I'm sorry. Exit, please. Can I stop? I was like, what? They're related? Because they didn't look related. They didn't even have the same last name. They were like best friend buddies, and it was like in the second season it wound up them being related, and I was like, what? So the second season literally just like made me feel like a horrible person.
That is kind of understandable when the writers don't straight off tell you that people are related, and you feel that they've got chemistry or you think they look cute together, but then you find out they're related. I wouldn't feel bad about that, but I mean, like, day one, if those two characters are brothers or brother and sister, mom and son, mom and daughter, whatever, no, just hard no.
Right.
Just say no to incestuous shipping, for the love of God.
Just say no.
Right.
Just say no.
It's like anytime I watch a show, I actually have to like I look up, I like do deeper research to make sure people aren't related. I'm like, I don't want to have this problem ever again. I don't want to ever do this again. I felt so bad. I don't even know why I felt bad because it's not like it was my fault. I just felt so bad for shipping something that I shouldn't have.
Right. So we talked about our OTPs and our no TPs. Is there anything you guys ship that isn't really serious, but you're like, okay, this is kind of hilarious? So like a crack ship. Is there anything you ship that just sounds funny to you?
Like, what's a crack ship for you, Donna?
I don't know.
You don't know.
And this one could be across the gambit. If you do an in real life ship or a AU ship or whatever, that's fine too. Because we might not even have enough time to get through all of the all those subgenres.
Subgenres. There's just too many to like.
There's too many.
Too many to think about, to be honest.
True.
It makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like raffle coffee.
I haven't seen a lot of this, but I do know it's a ship. Like every character pairing is a ship. Ellen Matsuda.
Ellen Matsuda. You actually like that ship?
Well, it's a funny pairing to me. It's like it's funny to me. Like I don't really support it, but it's just funny.
That's like funny.
Yeah,
Actually.
it's like this is
Because
hilarious.
that's the whole point. Like, I don't
Why
really
do you think
ship
people would
this.
ship though? Like, is there any reason you think people would ship that?
I don't know.
Because some people try to put like actual proof behind that ship, and I'm like, but where is?
I can kind of see, like, in the movie verse, maybe, especially with that deleted scene in the third movie.
Oh yeah,
Because-
because he wanted him to have crepes.
Yeah, Matsuda actually came to see Elle,
Oh yeah, and everyone was like,
and he was
freaking
concerned,
out.
and he was like, yeah, like, why didn't they leave this in?
They should have left that in just for the shippers.
God,
like,
this is so important.
that would have been fine.
This is so important. This is vital.
No, it's actually important. We have friends who have not seen the
Vital
movies yet.
information.
True, we do.
Oh, we can't go into too much detail, but
No spoilers.
I guess some people like to think that bickering and, you know, being angry at someone equals love.
Yeah. That old
angry bean.
That's from-
that old adage of like people fighting and then all of a sudden they're making out, which
Yeah.
is very, very mixed signally, to be honest.
I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah, like,
I'm
okay,
like, what?
okay. Admittedly, I watch a lot of Asian dramas with that trope. Like, these two
Oh.
people will kind of hate each other, but usually it doesn't last that long, you know?
Right.
So, it's kind of hard to watch Asian dramas without that trope, because that's how they all start, I swear to God.
I swear.
So,
Asian dramas have like a mission to make people confused.
but usually it's
They're
not...
on a mission.
Yeah, usually it's not dragged out too much.
Oh gosh.
But, like, with the Ellen Matsuda thing, it's like...
That's funny. Though. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's like a fun little
It's a
ship.
funny ship.
Although
and at
I
least,
have seen some really weird fan
like,
art.
at least they are around the same age, I think, so...
Yeah, they're around the same age, so it's like, it's okay, I guess.
It's less creepy than Love Light,
If
so...
you want to ship Ellen Matsuda, you can. But like, there's... Like, I don't have anything against you. I don't hate that ship at all. It's just like
I
an interesting
don't
one.
really ship it, it's just, like, it's funny to me.
It's just a...
It's just you think about it and you're like, haha, that's
It
funny.
kind of makes sense. Maybe, not really.
It's like, they could be together if they wanted to, but they don't have to be.
Like,
It's
Elle does
why?
not like him at all.
Elle probably doesn't. Well, he probably likes him, but like not like that.
He's just annoyed by him all the time.
What about you, Jordan? Crack ships, AU ships.
I have one crack ship and it's nothing. It's literally nothing. It's just me laughing to myself, and I don't ship it. I don't read any fanfics of it. It's just I think about it and I laugh and then I move on with my day. Donna knows what it is.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, look at that.
She knows.
I don't. primarily, I mean, again, no judgment. Primarily, I don't ship in real life people. I don't do it because I feel like there's a lot of uncomfortableness between the people and their orientation and their personal lives. I don't like that. However, I think when people ship Brad Jones and his friend Dave Gobble, I think it's hilarious. I think it's the funniest thing because those two have actually joked about it at a lot of midnight screenings. And even Laura, Brad's wife, who is such a sweetheart, even she's joked about it. And that's pretty funny. Yeah, in the God's Not Dead 3 review, she's like, I'm sorry, I'm not Dave. And then Brad goes, yep, those were our wedding vows.
What?
And it's just, I don't look for, like, fanfics. I don't think about it or anything. It's just when I hear people, like, shipping them, I'm like, haha, that's funny. And then I move on with my day.
Yes.
That just makes me happy. Just laughing. Like, that's funny. Do you have a crack ship, Torrie?
Well, it's like it's weird because it's a mix between, like, crack ship and AU ship. Like,
Okay.
it's like a mix between the two.
Okay.
It's mostly crack ship, in all honesty. It's more of a crack ship than an AU ship.
Okay.
But if you actually would think about it, it would probably need an alternate universe for it to work. Even though there is several, like, instances of where it sort of seems canon, like, a bit, even though it's not. And this is, like, a crack ship that I ship, but it's not something that I'm, like, very serious about. Like, and it will make me laugh when I see people shipping this, because it's something that I kind of ship too, but it's like, I ship it for fun, not like, my life revolves around this one ship. Like, that's not how it is.
Right. You're not like, I live and die with this ship.
I live and die with the ship. No, I only have one ship that's like that, and it's like, no. But seriously, for my crack ship, I guess it would have to be like I always say the ship name wrong, so I'm trying to think of, like, the right way to say the ship name. Like,
Okay.
I always say it wrong. Nigmablepot is the shipping of Edward Nigma and Oswald Cobblepot from Gotham. And they are kind of cute together, and there are some shippable moments, but they do try to kill each other, like, a few times. And it's like, it's a crack ship, sort of, but it's also an AU ship, because an alternate universe, they would probably just be, like, a perfect couple. In an alternate universe, it's like, they're confusing as well. And there is some canon that could point towards them being together, probably, and it's like, there is some ship baiting with that ship.
Yeah.
Like, there was that one point, it looked like they were gonna kiss, but they just hugged, and I was like, really? Really? I was, like, so mad. And Oswald did have, like, a crush or something on Ed for a while, I think. That's why he said something about having a crush on him. But then that one thing happened, and it was like, why? I am a Nigmablepot shipper, but I'm not like, my life revolves around this. But it's kind of like, it's fun to think about, and it's just an interesting ship. Because they do have some chemistry, but not a lot.
Yeah, for me, I was kind of on board with that for a while, and then something bad happened, and I'm like, no.
We're like, no.
Never mind.
Never mind, bye.
I don't know about this.
Exactly. It's just a crack ship for me now.
But
because of that.
Yeah, but it's like a show about villains, so it's like, where do you draw the line? I don't know.
Like, is there a line to be drawn? Because that's like almost everyone's shipping ground for the people that watch Gotham. That's like their shipping ground to go to. They like ship everything and everyone, and I'm like, I only have a few ships, and they're mainly just crack ships that I don't really hold very hold on to that much. And it's like, if I wanted to stop shipping it, I could, and it wouldn't really affect me.
Yeah, like
It's like it wouldn't affect me at all.
Like, where do you guys draw the line with ships?
Like
if
what are the rules?
Like, if something happens and you just back up and do a whole, you know,
Like,
180
bye.
and nope. What makes you say nope to a ship?
I mean, some stuff makes me say nope, just like obvious things. But there was a ship I shot for so long, but then I left the fandom. I was like, I'm leaving, bye. And you know what? you know, it's like my secret shame ship. My secret shame, because I like rant about it now. And I used to be like a huge shipper, but then I like looked into it, saw the movies, looked into it, and I was like, I'm leaving this fandom.
Should we say what it was?
No, because I'm pretty sure
it's okay.
Jordan would probably try to kill me.
She's not gonna kill you.
I'm not gonna kill you.
No.
I'm Illinois. How the hell am I gonna be able to kill you?
I have friends who ship it. It's fine.
Right, but it's not okay. Like, it's not okay. Okay.
Fine.
Even though I could rant about it for so long, but I used to be a heavy Law Light shipper. I don't know why. No, don't ask me why. But I thought they were cute. And I just like watched some anime and some edits, and I was like, they're so cute together.
Wait till you watch the series.
And then like I rewatched the anime and then watched some of the movies and then looked into it, and I was like, I'm leaving. Bye. This is not my ship. Hashtag not my ship. I was like, I'm abandoning ship. I'm gonna blow some holes in it. I don't care anymore. Like, I immediately stopped once that happened.
Yeah.
But like the very first time I watched the anime, I only saw like the anime and then some edits, but like a little bit of the anime, and I was like, they're cute. And I was like a heavy shipper, and then it was like that happened, and I was like, bye. U-turn, please. So people were like, well, why? What was the main reason you shipped them? I was like, I just thought they looked cute together, and they were kind of flirty a bit. They like seemed to flirt a bit.
Not
and
really.
And I was like, they're cute.
I don't think that Elle sassing Light is flirting. I think he's literally trying to make him mad.
I think like
right.
Thing made me want to ship them for some
That was a
reason.
lie. The author confirmed
The lie.
that was a lie.
The lie about the friendship.
They're not really friends.
And I was like, what is happening? I was like, wait, they're friends now?
No, they're not friends.
Or like when Elle was being a troll to Light that one time, and I was like, excuse me, this is not allowed to happen, Elle. Explain yourself.
All right, so what do you guys like in a ship? What do you guys not like in a ship?
I just want them to get along, basically.
Do you not want them to kill each other? Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
Trying to kill each other. None of that. No fighting, no abuse. Getting along. You know, arguments are inevitable in a relationship, but it depends on how you know, like, there are people who will, like, look at a ship and be like, oh, it's abusive, they fought. And it's like, okay. No.
Okay.
Fights happen, but as long as it's not physical or, like, emotionally abusive, then okay. Why not?
Okay, you're like,
but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, like, people fight. It happens. But I just, like, I'm more like a cute shipper. Like,
Cute.
yeah, like, these, if the chemistry is good, and I kind of, if you didn't realize by my fix, Jordan, that I kind of have that, I like the one person, or the saving each other trope. I like that.
Right.
I like that for some reason. But, yeah, like, just, you just get nothing but positivity from the two, and I like those ships.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they make each other better, you know? If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes
sense. Does, yeah.
Yeah. So if ships are like that, then I can get behind it.
I'm a little more lenient when it comes to fighting, because I watch a lot of action-y type shows, supernatural type shows. Like, and not just literally supernatural, like Buffy, Firefly, Doctor Who. Like, I watch a lot of sci-fi type shows that have, like, a lot of magic in it. Fighting is bound to happen. Like Spike and Buffy, for example. I mean, hell, you had a vampire and a slayer. Of course they were gonna fight. Like, obviously. But if they grow from it and they learn from their mistakes and they become kinder to each other and gentler to each other, I'll be lenient on it. But if it's like they're always fighting, then I won't stand for it. I won't.
Yeah, I agree.
I am not for the incest, as we have clearly talked about. No. Underage shipping, I'm not into either. Like, if one or both of the characters are under the age of 18, no. Like, I mean, if you're under the age of 18 and you want to do a high school ship, whatever. But once you hit 18, no. Just no.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I think that's pretty much it. As long as they don't try killing each other on a weekly basis, and as long as everyone's over the age of 18, I'm solid.
Yeah. What about you?
What about you, Torrie?
I guess, like, if people are compatible, compatibility is very important to me in ships.
Yeah.
Like, they have to have some sort of compatibility to be shippable, like, in my view. Like, I know other people are like, well, I don't care about compatibleness, I just care if they look cute together. And, like, they have to have some sort of compatibility for me to keep shipping. Like, I will not continue shipping if it's not compatible, in my opinion. Or if I don't see any compatible traits they have. But I also like, if they show affection, if they're, like, either, or if they show affection towards each other, or if they seem very fond of each other, like, if they sound fond of the other one, that's also something I like when happens in ships, because there was, like, for the Ella and Naomi thing, he was, like, complimenting her, I think, in one of the things, and I was like, aww, because he said, like, she was a good detective or something, and I thought it was, like, the cutest thing ever. I, like, almost died of cuteness, because I thought it was so cute that he was complimenting her. And I was like, that's cute. Like, I like if, like, the people compliment each other every once in a while. Like, compliments are a thing. Like, they're not needed, but I like when that happens in some ships. Like, if they compliment each other, or if they're very nice. If they're, like, nice towards each other. Mm-hmm. Like, there are some ships that are kind of violent, I guess. And some of my ships are a little violent, but, like, the shows that they're in are violent, so I don't know how to feel about that. But, like, they're not always trying to kill each other for that. It's like they've killed each other or have tried to kill each other every once in a while, but they get along for the most part. It's like, yeah, I'm okay with that, but it's like, I have almost no ships where it's like they're constantly trying to kill each other. It's like every second they either have killed each other a whole bunch of times or they're just constantly trying to kill each other. It's like, no, that's presents a lot of problems, I guess. A lot of problems. Or another thing I don't like is age difference, because it wouldn't bother me so much if it's like a 2 to 3 year age gap. But there are some age gaps that I don't like. Like if they're 12 years apart or something like that. Because there's a certain amount of years apart that I am okay with, that I feel comfortable with, like for certain age groups. But then there's like, I don't feel okay with if someone's 12 years apart, like no matter what age group they're in. It's like they shouldn't be a couple if they're 12 years apart. Because I know some couple are like 10 years apart or something. And I'm like, that's kind of uncomfortable for me. Like, I don't really have a problem with it, but it's like an uncomfortable ship. If it's like, oh, the characters are like a decade apart. And it's like, that's a little uncomfortable. It's like, I'm not trying to ship shame anyone for being age group apart, but it does make me feel uncomfortable when I see those ships. I'm like, this is a problem for certain reasons. But I'm not like against it. That's all I can really think about of stuff that I either like or don't like about ships. Because we already talked about the violence or something. The killing. for the age difference. A lot of people would probably be bothered by that.
I think it would just depend on the person, to be honest. Like, I mean, granted, if it's like a vast difference and it's clear that one of the person in that relationship is not really mature to be in that relationship, even if they're like say somebody's 18 and they're dating somebody who's 30.
Ooh.
And you can tell that the 18-year-old is not experienced enough in the relationship to, know how to stand up for themselves and to be an equal in the relationship. Like, that's when it's kind of like drawing a line. Like, no. But if it's clear that they're both equals in their relationship and they're both of sound mind and they both are consenting adults, I don't have a super problem with it. But I mean, that could just be because just could be because of my age. Like, yeah, no, it's fine, it's whatever. But like, and I mean, regardless of age, if it feels like a relationship or a ship, it's more one-sided than anything. Like, a person is being dominated and they're in a situation where they don't want to be dominated, that's what I take issue with. Like, that it's clear that somebody doesn't have room in their relationship and they don't have freedom. Like, that gets into the unhealthy territory, like Donna was talking about. And that's a no for me. That's really definitely.
Yeah, and I think the older I get, the more I kind of pay attention to age gaps, especially with younger people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it's, again, 18 and 24 seems a little much to me now that I'm older. I look back, I'm like,
Yeah. Like,
I mean,
18, even though 18 is adult, you still feel like 18 is like,
yeah, it's more, they're still a kid, kind of. It's like,
kind of,
in a way. Like, they just turned 18, so it's like, yeah,
it's like
it's iffy.
It's iffy.
Yeah.
Now, if it's like a 20-year-old and like a 30-year-old, it's like that's probably
maybe
fine.
better.
That's probably fine. But if it's like an
Yeah.
18-year-old and like a 28-year-old, it's probably not fine.
Yeah, it's like as you get, when teen is no longer in your age group, like, it feels weird to say 19-year-old dating a 30-year-old as opposed to 20-year-old dating a 30-year-old. Because you got teen in that age. So you're like, ugh.
So
Even
you're
though
like,
they're legal,
iffy.
even though they're an adult, because teen is in their age, you're like, ugh. Mm-mm.
You're kind of like,
Yeah. Because now that I'm older, it's like they still feel like, they're still young, and it's like,
right. It's funny because I'm a teenager and even I'm a little uncomfortable. Like, because you guys, when you get older, you feel uncomfortable about age gaps. I'm like, I'm a teenager and I feel uncomfortable about like a 19-year-old and a 30-year-old dating. I'm like, if you're about to turn 20, it might be fine, but if you like just turned 19, it's not okay.
Yeah.
It's a little iffy though. It's kind of like, I mean, I don't really want to hate on people's love interest or anything, but it's like, it's a little like, there's a ground where it's acceptable. It's kind of like, that's a blurry line there.
Yeah.
It's in the gray area.
As long as
It's a gray area
as long
right
as
there.
they are, as long as they are mature enough for the relationship.
Right.
Right.
And know what they're getting into.
Right.
And they're not just in the relationship to be in the relationship.
And like, okay, because like, we're talking about ships, and I get the whole I honestly, in real life, like, people who actually date with a vast age difference, as long as they're two consenting adults and they're equal in power, and it's one's not lording the relationship over the other, I'm absolutely fine with it. And obviously, like, they don't hurt each other, you take advantage of each other. Absolutely fine. Like, I have no qualms about that. Date whoever you want, be with whoever you want, love whoever you want, as long as it's a legal consenting adult. Great. When it comes to ships, though, I feel like we could be more critical, because it's like they tend to write age groups very thinly thinly stereotyped. You know what I mean? Like, the 18-year-old's always a partier. 19-year-old is probably in college, so it's just going a little crazy. And they tend to write, even those age groups, they tend to write them younger than what they actually would be in real life. You ever notice that?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. So, I mean, because I just didn't want anybody out there being like, oh, wow, they've segued into real life relationships. Like, no. Yeah, it's totally cool. We're totally cool with any age difference. Don't get me wrong.
How would you feel about, like, there are some ships that I know, my friend Chloe ships, these ships, and it's like, I don't not really have hate against them, but she's had, like, demon and human ships. Like, is that okay?
I don't have a problem with that, really. Like I said, as long as it's not, like, an abusive thing.
Ashley has, like, a huge problem with that, and I'm like, Ashley, it's okay. She's like, doesn't that mean, like, demons are, like, millions of years old, and isn't that with, like, the age gap thing? I'm like, technically you can kind of dodge around the age gap in that sense.
Yeah, with Destiel, I mean, Castiel is a billion-year-old angel, and Dean is, even now, he's in his low 40s. That's a clear age gap. That is literally billion-year age gap.
Right.
But it's fine because the vessel in question is a man in his 40s in love with a man in his 40s. Because it looks like it's appropriate. When it comes to demons and human, I don't think there's too many of those in Supernatural. There probably is. But when it comes to other shows, I mean, as long as it shows that the demon part of that ship isn't, like, manipulating the human part of that ship to just get what they want, I see no problem with that. Like, as long as there's nothing nefarious behind it, I don't see a problem with it. All right, so I'm gonna do final thoughts. Okay. So what is your all's final thoughts regarding ships?
Well, fictional ships can be mostly harmless as long as you remember that they're not real.
As long as your life doesn't revolve around them.
Yeah, and like...
Wow, that's hypocritical of me. Like, I'm sorry.
Like, some people will excuse abusive behavior in problematic ships because, they're not real. Just don't, like, have those same expectations for your own real-life ships.
Right.
Or relationships. Your own real-life ships.
Right.
Your own real-life ships.
Real-life ships.
I don't like
a person you like, and you go, I ship us.
Yeah, just go up to somebody and be like, we would look cute together.
Yeah, I'm not
what?
I'm not a big in real life shipper, like with real people.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right, especially if the people literally flat out say, hey, we don't like this, please stop.
What if the people promote it though?
I guess that's different. If
they're like, you can ship us if you want, but we're not a thing, just so you know.
Yeah, don't like harass their actual significant others.
Yeah, that's a big problem.
Don't be like, can't be with them. Yeah, that's not okay.
Don't do that. That's bad.
Yeah, because I know the actors who play Dean and Cass, they get shipped in real life. And their wives get a lot of shit for it, and I'm like, that's not cool. I mean, if you guys want to see them be adorable together, whatever, but don't threaten their actual real life wives.
Mm-hmm.
That's not cool.
Yeah, there's a line.
There is a line.
There's a line where you can wait.
Yeah.
I pretty much feel the same way. I feel ships are mostly harmless. I mean, unless you're like, if you have a ship that differs from somebody else and then you like punch them in the face, obviously it's not great.
No.
when it comes to real life ships, I'm with Donna. I'm really uncomfortable with that. But if the people in question kind of play with it and are like, oh no, this is actually funny, sure, whatever. If you guys want to ship us, that's fine. It gets like kind of a pass for me, but I don't actually like, oh, okay, I ship them. No. Like, Brad and Dave, I don't ship in a million years. Of course not. I just think it's funny. But yeah, as long as it's not hurting anybody, as long as they're not emulating unhealthy, severely damaging relationships, like for their real life, then I have no problem with it. All right, and then Torrie?
If people want to ship people in real life, it's like, because I have like 4 IRL ships, but all 4 of them have played with the idea of being shipped, and one of them even talked about how they've dated a few times. Like, one of them has even dated a few times, one of the ships, and it's kind of like, it's kind of okay, but like, don't do it to a point where you're just like, that's all you revolve around is this ship being real or the ship being legit. It's like, because some people, like, they just want it to be real or they're sad, and it's kind of like, you shouldn't just revolve your life around something that isn't like an actual thing. Like, you can love your OTPs, you can have your OTPs, and you can be like, this is my OTP, I will go down with this ship. You can be like that, but don't just make your life revolve around it. Like, you should be able to do other things and be able to like function and other things without always just being like, the ship is your life. Like, it's just not healthy. Like, you can ship all you want, granted, like, that's just your thing, but just, you can do other stuff as well. Like, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say.
Like, just moderation.
Yeah.
Ship in moderation.
Ship in moderation. I want that as a poster or something.
Ship responsibly.
Ship responsibly.
Ship responsibly.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, I know it's ship isn't all, but ship responsibly, please.
Should that be the title of this video?
Probably. It should. Ship responsibly.
Merry SHIPMAS. Please ship responsibly.
Yes, and please, like, if any shippers of the ships that we mentioned that we do not like are listening, please don't kill us.
Like,
don't.
just saying we don't like it. Oh, damn.
We don't.
Although, I think it'd be hilarious if they killed me because of my hatred for Wincest, because then that's going in my obituary. That is.
It's like
Jordan died because she was killed by a Wincest shipper.
Oh my god. That just seems like something.
my grave, my tombstone would just say Lawlight is still trash.
Lawlight is trash. Or Trash Digger Yagami is canon.
Trash Digger Yagami.
I blame Light. Here lies Donna. I still blame Light.
Is that gonna be on my tombstone? I blame Light.
I blame Light for everything.
Light is to blame.
Okay, but seriously, like, y'all can ship whatever you want to ship. Just
Yeah.
As long as it's healthy.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you're being healthy with it.
Yeah, and don't, like, send people hate because they like a ship you don't,
like,
or vice versa.
Murder someone. Don't try to murder someone because they all like.
Don't be that person who, when you find out somebody ships something that you don't like, you decide to antagonize them. Don't be that asshole.
Right.
Because you're going to, one, you're sending negativity the way to somebody who you don't know what they're dealing with, you don't know what they're going with, and you don't know what their situation is. And you're just going to look like a bigger prick, all because they like 2 fake people getting together that you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is absolute lunacy. So just remember this holiday season, don't be an asshole.
That's Jordan's phrase.
Words.
That is my quote
Wow.
that I stole from an internet reviewer.
Jordan 2018. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Don't be an asshole.
That's
All
funny.
right, so we're gonna say goodbye. Don't be an asshole. Ship responsibly. And ship what you ship, but Elliot sucks.
Lolite sucks. The end.
Lolite sucks the end.
Elliot sucks. The end. Winset sucks. All of it sucks. Everybody's ship sucks. There, nobody's happy. Nobody's
ships are
happy.
I award you no points.
All OTPs are bad.
OTPs. I award OTPs no points.
I award you 0 points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
She got the reference.
Yes.
Okay, bye.
Bye.